Hey everybody, it's Brian Altano, and this is Max Scoville.
May the force be with you.
All right, save it.
Like in Star Wars.
Let's not use all the quotes.
The film that we're here to talk about.
Anyway, lots have been talked about Star Wars here at IGN. We've been doing it for months, if not years, but one of the things we never really got into, you and I specifically, or at least on camera, are what are the best, coolest animals in Star Wars?
There are a lot of them.
Yeah.
This is honestly, I think if you sit down and look at what makes Star Wars good,
yeah,
there are a lot of animals.
So let's qualify some rules here, right?
Yes.
We don't want to just get, so everything in Star Wars is sort of an animal.
Yes. Everything in Star Wars is sort of a cool animal.
Yeah.
That is not a human person. So,
yes.
I mean, you could argue that an AT-AT is sort of an animal, in that it's a big truck that is also looks like a big dog.
Or that Jar Jar Binks looks like a giant bunny rabbit.
Yes.
But so let's stay away from stuff that's, what do we call it, sentient?
Yeah. So, I mean,
human-esque?
I think a good kind of like a dividing line would be the Salacious Crumb, the Kowakian lizard monkey, which is technically an animal, but he does have like kind of a personality. He laughs, which animals don't do.
Okay, so he's two-person for this animal conversation.
Ewoks aren't animals because they pick up a gun and use it at one point.
Is it really?
Yeah, they use a gun, and they're also, I mean, they talk.
Anyway, here are the coolest animals in Star Wars. Number 1.
The Acklay.
Wow, a weird,
yeah,
deep cut right off the bat.
No, man, I like the Acklay. I think the Acklay is a pretty cool one. This is, of course, one of the 3 animals that comes out in the arena fight in Episode 2, Attack of the Clones.
Right.
There's the Acklay, the Nexu, and the Reek. The Reek is basically a rhinoceros that looks like a big butt, kind of, and then the Nexu is sort of like a tarantula cat, but the Acklay is like a giant dinosaur crab.
Yeah.
And it's got that wonderful kind of howl, and it's got the stupid little claws. I just kind of like
He's got a great smile. Yeah, he's like a half crustacean, half dragon.
Sure.
Great character, cool scene. It was kind of a sort of bigger retelling of the Rancor scene, but with 3 times the monsters.
Honestly, it's sort of a tough call because the Acklay is the most impressive of all of them, but the Reek pretty much kills Jango Fett, and the Nexu rips off Natalie Portman's midriff shirt, so it's sort of like they're all kind of cool.
Everybody has their own job.
Yes.
Number 2.
The Boga.
Ooh.
The Boga is, I think one of the few like really charming parts from Revenge of the Sith. Revenge of the Sith is so like, it's so dark. It's probably my least favorite of all the movies because it's sort of like, it's not amazing. I know some people love it. It's not amazing.
You get a lot of hate in the comments.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry about the hate.
It's fine.
We roll through you or
we
whatever.
can have opinions.
But yeah, so like the Boga is very cute.
Yeah.
Like I think it's honestly it's this weird big gecko that Obi-Wan rides around on.
So a major difference between Revenge of the Sith and the Boga in terms of character design versus sort of say Episode 1 is that the Boga comes out and he is kind of very slapstick.
He's a big wacky goofy guy, which we honestly
never too goofy, right?
We got really sick of the goofy stuff in Episode 1 and to a lesser effect
and
Episode 2
with those big tick deer things, those fat.
What are those called? Those are called like shacks
they're rolling
or something.
around the field.
Anyway,
number 3.
Yeah, the Bantha.
Yeah, Banthas are great.
Gotta love a Bantha.
Yep.
Banthas are awesome. I just love that they basically had to get costumes and put them on elephants in the 1970s because
Those real elephants that are there?
Those are real elephants they have on there. There's some great deleted scenes, or I guess kind of
I did not know
outtakes, where the elephant takes its trunk and it sticks it out from under the Bantha's face.
Did it poop in the costume?
Probably. They actually had a large,
fodder, as they call
fluffy
it?
tail that they had to drag behind it.
I do love that there's a special name for Bantha poop.
The headrest that the Banthas wear actually weighs about 300 pounds.
Number 4.
Number 4. What else we got? Hold on.
Great work.
Yeah. Shut up.
Star Wars animals.
All right. Number 4. The Happabore.
Yeah.
This is the big-butted pig guy from Episode 7, which was probably it was actually the first animal we saw in Episode 7. We saw leaked set photos that showed this big gross pig, and we're like, is this a lead character? Is this an important character? And the answer is no. We just see its butt, and it knocks Finn out of its water dish.
I actually think before you, or after you see that little creature that comes out that scares BB-8, he's actually one of the first creature periods that you see in the movie.
That's true.
Aside from strange-looking people.
Yeah.
Number 5.
The Tauntaun.
Good.
The
I thought you were going to go with
Tauntaun
Dewback.
is a big kangaroo.
We debated about this off camera. I do think the Tauntauns are better than Dewbacks because they're effectively the same creature used for different terrain.
That's wrong.
They're just
one is a kangaroo, the other is a big iguana.
They're just weird horses.
You're an idiot.
Number 6.
The Dewback. I love a Dewback.
You're the worst.
Dewbacks are great. I love that they send a bunch of sand troopers to Tatooine. They're like, we're looking for these stolen military secrets. They're like, all right, so we got top of the line stuff. We're gonna get cop cars and speeder bikes and stuff. And they're like, no. You're gonna ride on a dinosaur.
All right, fine. I'm okay with both of those things being on the list then. Number 7.
Wampa.
Yeah, hell yeah. Wampas are great.
Got to get a Wampa. Wampas are the best.
They're not too human-esque for you, though. They're kind of manly. They got a big arms and legs.
Humanoid. They're not remotely human. They're big, scary ice bears.
They know how to dry out their meat.
I liked that originally, and before the special edition, they were just a puppet. There was just a big, scary puppet that they basically just used to scare the horse.
Yep.
And then it hit Luke Skywalker in the face.
Not a horse.
Yeah.
Number 8.
The Rancor.
Yes.
The Rancor. Love the Rancor. I think it's the best. I think it's probably, like, if I had to pick, like, one Star Wars animal to just be like, here's the coolest one, just the practical effects, stop motion, the fact that it eats a Gamorrean guard.
Gamorrean guards.
Yeah, I love that it's a big scary man, and I also love that you find out the softer side of it because Malakili, the Rancor Keeper, comes out and weeps like a big baby.
That guy is my spirit animal.
Yeah.
Number 9.
The Eope. The Eope.
No way.
Yes, the Eope.
All right, fine.
Yes. The Eope
Yes.
is basically a big camel that looks sort of like a fish or a penis, and it is a big, ugly, gross animal.
What does he do? What does he do to Jar Jar's mouth?
It does the one thing that I think all of us wanted to do, for better or for worse, and that is fart directly into Jar Jar Binks' mouth. And that is why the Eope is the coolest animal in all of Star Wars.
That's right. And
Number
those are,
1.
Those are our favorite animals in Star Wars.
Yes.
All
Eope,
9 of them.
My email address when I was in 8th grade was actually Eope farts.
I want to say real quick side note.
My mom made me change it because she couldn't give it to my aunt because it was too offensive.
We actually had a couple of real animals on the list. There's a scene in episode 1 where there's ducks.
Yep.
There's just
also,
ducks, real
there's
ducks.
also a line in the original episode 4 novelization where Obi-Wan says water off a duck's back, and Luke goes, what the hell is a duck? So ducks are canon in Star Wars.
Yep. An
They're
extra
just-
special shout out to the snake in Empire Strikes Back.
Yes.
From Dagobah, who I believe Yoda is dating.
Yeah, I don't think that's true.
It's very
What
true.
is your favorite animal in Star Wars? What's your favorite animal, period? In Star Wars or otherwise?
Let us know. Let's talk about animals in Star Wars.
Yeah, I think the duck thing is weird because George Lucas also directed Howard the Duck.
Yeah,
so
very
maybe
strange.
the idea of ducks traveling through time and space is sort of a thing. You know, I'm just saying, putting it out there. Maybe there's something special
All
about
right,
ducks
and you're cut off.
galaxies.
For all things Star Wars, animals, Brian and Max, you're already in the right place.
You can reach me at eopefarts@hotmail.com.
IGN.
Sorry, Mom.
Send that email.